Hello everyone, this is Ivy the Occultist, and in today's video I kind of wanted to show you what I have personally been working on. I've kind of been playing around with different types of spells to help me absorb knowledge easily. If you are not aware, I am a college student right now and I am double majoring in molecular biosciences and psychology. So needless to say, just that alone, there is so much information that I am consuming right now. And then to add on to that, I am also in a very romantic relationship with my occult practice, and I am constantly reading new books all the time for my magical practice. So I definitely wanted a spell to help me absorb knowledge as efficiently, as quickly, easily as possible. So I've been playing around with a couple different recipes, and I've kind of found one that has really been working well for me, and I wanted to share it with you today. It does involve a little bit of sigil magic, and I also wanted to share a couple other things that have been helping me lately as well. So one of the things that has been really helping me lately is this little productivity shot is what I call it. It's from Magic Mind. It's a little green juice that I've been taking before my study sessions, and I'm not getting paid to say any of this. Magic Mind actually decided to send their product to me for me to try it on the channel, and I am here to support companies that support witches. That makes me really happy. And I also don't know if they knew that I actually have a background in nutrition and gut health. It's something that I have done a lot of continuing education in and that I'm really passionate about. So when they reached out to me, I was like, yes, absolutely, I will try your product, and if I like it, I will definitely talk about it. Spoiler alert, I love it, I'm obsessed. So there's so many things that go into this little productivity shot. First of all, it has nootropics in it, which I don't know if you're familiar with what that is. Google it, look at some studies. It has some really promising information about the potential to help boost cognitive performance. It also has ashwagandha in it, it has mushrooms in it, it has ceremonial grade matcha in it. I don't know if there's any matcha drinkers watching this video, but there's actually a bunch of different quality levels to matcha. So when I'm drinking matcha, I always look for ceremonial grade. That's a really high quality level of a matcha. So it's not just the ingredients, it's also the quality of the ingredients that are going into this little juice. They also have a money back guarantee, so if you purchase it and you don't like it, it is 100% money back guaranteed, no matter what, no questions asked. But basically how I've been drinking it, you can drink it alongside your morning coffee or your caffeine or whatever you drink in the morning. I actually had to quit drinking coffee because I really struggle with anxiety. That's something that I've just had to do for myself, is I had to quit coffee entirely. So I switched to just tea in the mornings, and even with that, like, I still get a little bit of a boost, but I don't feel like I get as much brain power as when I was drinking coffee regularly. But coffee has like high highs and low lows, so I feel like drinking this alongside my tea is a really nice supplement to my morning routine. I feel like it has helped me with cognitive performance, and my mental focus, my mental clarity is so much better. I don't get the high highs and the low lows. My anxiety has not been activated drinking this, so that makes me happy. But I usually drink this, so I've been drinking it for 3 days consecutively, and then also off and on for the last week. And so I've been drinking it about like 30 minutes to an hour before I have to go into a high productivity session, if I have to do like a couple hours of studying. And I really feel that it's been helping with my procrastination. And I'm not going to talk about products on this channel that I don't actually like. There's just so much goodness in this little green juice, and I really hope that you try it out. If you are interested, I've got a link. I'll put it in the description box, and then I'll also put my code up on the screen, but you can get 20% off the product, so definitely feel free to use my link. Again, I'm not getting paid for any of this. I'm just sharing things that have helped me lately when I'm really needing mental clarity, mental focus, and I feel like this is helping me quite a bit. So thank you, Magic Mind, for sending me your product. I think you guys did a great job. Another thing that has been helping me lately is this incense that I made for mental clarity, mental focus, improving genius. If you are on my Instagram, you probably already know, but I've been just so obsessed with making incense powders. So this one has all the good stuff in it to make your brain work. It has eucalyptus, ginger root, rosemary, peppermint, and then a few drops of some sort of minty oil. So what I do is I light up a charcoal disc and I place it in my cauldron. You know, you take a moment to let it fully heat up, and then you just drop the loose incense right on top of the charcoal disc, and it smokes really wonderfully. It lasts a while. So I've been doing this where I'll be sitting down for a study session and I will drop this incense blend. I personally call it Mastermind. That's its name. So this Mastermind incense I've been burning while I study, and I feel like this has really been helping me as well. well, just working with these plant allies and allowing that smoke to kind of fill up the space while I study. So, you know, if you're feeling adventurous, make your own incense. I really love this blend. It smells potent. You smell it and you're like, whoa, okay, I'm awake, my brain is functioning now. But let's talk about the spell now that I have been using to help me absorb knowledge as easily as possible. Again, in the beginning of this video, I mentioned that I have been using sigil magic. This one seems to be the most effective for me, so I hope it's effective for you as well. Okay, so here is my sigil, and I actually spent a lot of time creating this sigil because each marking on this sigil has a very, very specific purpose. There's a lot of mercurial elements to it. I decided to bring in the planet Mercury because Mercury rules over our mind, our intellect, our mental space. So I won't go over the entire process of creating this sigil because it was actually a really long process, but I started with this sigil in the center. So if you can see this symbol here, this is the most important piece to the puzzle. I took my phrase of I absorb knowledge easily. That was my intention phrase that I broke down and then ended up using the grid of Mercury to create this image here. So this is kind of the most important piece, and then I added some additional elements here for very specific purposes. So for example, in the center, we obviously have the intention phrase that I used the grid of Mercury to create. And then we have the abstract light bulb and half of the Mercury symbol here to add to the genius energy. The triangle adds power to the sigil. The square adds structure and support to that power. And then the circle is to complete, bind, and protect the entire sigil. And the reason why I'm showing you this today is because not only has it been working for me, but also the more people that use a sigil, the more it becomes somewhat like an egregore and gains power because we are all using it for the same intention. So if you feel called to and you want to use this sigil for yourself, go for it. I will happily offer my sigils to people because it only benefits everyone using the sigil, right? But obviously, if you don't want to use this sigil, you can make your own sigil and that's just fine. I will link my video down below in the description box that discusses sigils, how to create them, how to charge them, activate them. It goes over planetary grids and all that stuff. So if you're brand new to sigil magic, definitely check out that video. But what I've been doing is I've been taking this sigil, I will charge it in the normal means of sigil charging methods. You know, you enter an altered state of consciousness or a state of pure ecstasy or physical exertion, however you prefer to charge your sigils. I usually take my intention phrase, like my intention phrase for this spell in particular is I absorb knowledge easily. And then what I do is I translate it into Latin, and then I use that Latin phrase as what I chant during my meditations while I'm charging up the sigil. And the reason why I translate it to Latin is because my brain doesn't recognize the words as easily as English. So it kind of becomes a little bit monotonous when I'm chanting a Latin phrase over and over. It becomes a little bit like gibberish to me, and I'm able to slip into that altered state of consciousness a little bit easier to actually charge up this sigil. So I charge it in the normal way that I like to charge sigils, and then instead of burning it, because I know that's the most popular method to really set this sigil in motion, I actually haven't been burning this sigil. What I do is I place this on a sticky note and I put it in the back of all of my textbooks or all of the occult books that I'm reading. I have also taken this sigil and put it on a sticky note and put it inside my phone case. So if you're someone that reads books electronically, or if you're learning on your phone or your Kindle or whatever, some sort of other electronic device, you can actually put this sigil on the inside of your case, and that way you don't see it, it's safe, it's not moving or going anywhere. But then I also decided to add it to my bookmark. So for example, this is the bookmark that I've been using, and on the back side I had my intention engraved in Latin, I absorb knowledge easily. And then because this bookmark is really small, I don't have space to put this entire sigil. So what I did instead is I just put the most important part, this centerpiece, on the bookmark, and then on the sticky note of the back of the book I have the entire sigil. But you can see that I just have the little center portion on the bottom of my bookmark. And it's been working great, y'all. I have been so much more productive. I've been able to absorb knowledge easier. So again, if you would like to use my sigil, you're more than welcome to. Feel free to take a screenshot of it if you want to do the whole thing, or if you just want to use the center centerpiece, that's fine too. Or again, if you want to make your own sigil, I mean, do whatever works for you, because that's what magic's about, right? Is figuring out what works for you personally. But don't forget, if you choose to use this sigil for yourself, make sure that you go through the proper charging and activating techniques. Again, if you're not familiar with how to charge a sigil, I have that video linked down below in the description box, but I just wanted to give everyone a reminder that even if you use my sigil, you still need to charge it and activate it for yourself. But I hope that gives you some inspiration to put some sigils on the back of your bookmark, to put it inside of your phone cases, or to put it on a sticky note in the back of your books. I think knowledge is really, really important. So even though this is probably the simplest spell today that I'm sharing with you, there's nothing special about it, okay? I just want to encourage people to think out of the box and figure out different ways how they can get the knowledge into their brain. Because that's hard for a lot of us, right? It's hard to focus sometimes. I totally get it. So whatever works for you, do it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that some of these tips have really helped you, and I can't wait to hear in the comments how you feel about this spell and if it's been working for you, and if you do plan to use this sigil or not. And also, again, thank you to Magic Mind for sending over that little productivity shot. Again, I will have my link in the description box below for anybody that wants to check it out. Thank you again for watching. I will see you all in another video soon. Bye.